welcome to the Sport and Society Squad Pod, aka the SASS. Each week, we bring you 3 sport or society stories to break down and give you our sassiest takes. With those sassy takes, we do want to give you a content warning that some of the language used on the pod may be explicit. We ask that you please just be mindful of where you are listening and who you're listening with. With that, let's get into it. I'm with my girls here, co-host Arissan and Chelsea. What's up, friends?
That's my girl. That's my
Sing it.
girl.
Hello.
What is that band called?
Hello. I don't know. Welcome. I am feeling good. I just got my Christmas tree yesterday and put that up. So I'm feeling ahead of the game and excited for the holiday season.
You're feeling lit.
I am festive as fuck.
Cool.
Yeah, as I shake my whole recording computer. Anyways, before we get into the playbook for today, I want to take a quick huddle and cover a few sport and society highlights from this past week so our listeners feel like they are in the know with the sports and pop culture world. Here are some highlights that we won't be breaking down in depth, but think are worthy to know. In NBA news, there is some drama in Minnesota.
Oh, God.
Always.
Always, right? Timberwolves seem to be struggling after their major trade this offseason. Anthony Edwards says he feels like the T-Wolves have been growing apart and they can't talk to each other anymore.
Wait, what?
That's so sad.
It's dramatic.
And claims everyone has their own agendas right now. So they're just not team vibing.
They're not
Okay.
team vibing.
They're not team vibing.
I want to see their astrology breakdown and see why there's not synergy.
We should do that.
That would be good. That would be good. Honestly, I feel like Ant has been a little distracting in the news with all his baby mama drama. So
We call him Ant now? That's kind of a fun little...
That's his
Do
nickname.
other people call him
Ant-Man.
that?
Ant-Man.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
his
I thought we
nickname,
made it up. I
Ant-Man.
was like, that's really cool for us. Like, Ant. Squash
Yeah.
your mouths down.
We made it up. You should just start telling people, like, we came up with this really cool name called
Actually
Ant.
started here at the SASS.
Yeah.
Big media got it, though.
And other NBA news, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Dylan Brooks fighting for the ball starts an all-in scuffle, and the Houston Rockets win over the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder and Rockets are currently 1-2 in the Western Conference, so they be brawling, y'all.
It was a wild fight, but they were laughing through all of it. It was so funny. And the Western Conference is a stacked conference, right? So 1 and 2, they're good. They're really, really good. But the funny thing is, I find is that Shai, I don't really know how to pronounce his name, but
It's okay.
SGA and Dylan Brooks are both Canadian. They played for the Canadian national team.
So that, of course, they were laughing while they were fighting. They can't even laugh. They can't even fight hard.
It's giving me an Arissan if we fight. You know what I mean?
They're
like,
not
someone
so
punches
nice,
each other and
eh?
you start laughing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, in Unrivaled news, Kelsey Plum says she's decided not to take part in Unrivaled to prioritize time for herself, which I love that for her. Completely
I do.
understand. Not like she needs the money. In WNBA/NBA news, Sabrina Ionescu from the New York
Sabrina
Liberty.
Carpenter.
Her
The other one.
signature shoe is the third most worn shoe by NBA players this season. Only
Very
Kobe
cool.
6s and Kobe 4s are ahead of Sabrina 2s, which is pretty cool, though I will say those are all ankle breakers. But they are a cool shoe, and I do own a pair of Sabrinas, and I know the kiddos
Love
be
them.
liking the Sabrinas. Yeah.
They live, laugh, love
That's
them.
cool. I just want to, Sabrina, I feel like she's not underrated. Not Sabrina Carpenter. She is too. But Sabrina is a little underrated because wasn't she also the one that did the 3-point contest with Steph in the All-Star game?
Oh, she
Yeah.
did.
I feel
Well,
like she
and-
does a lot for the game.
She does, and it doesn't surprise me. Like, Kobe was her mentor. So, of
Yes.
course, her shoe and, like, all that stuff is going to be following the Kobe's. Yes. I
Yeah.
love Chelsea's like, yes, I know that.
Yeah, I was just saying, get surprised I know that? I do. I'm like,
A
she's
little
blonde
bit.
hair. I remember seeing the photos.
Yeah. Well, in gymnastics news, Jordan Childs shared that she is releasing a book, I'm That Girl, Living the Power of My Dreams, and it's dropping March 4th. So love that for her.
Can't wait to read it.
Can't wait to read it. In NFL news, Bucs star Baker Mayfield is suing his father and brother's investment firm for $12 million because Baker alleges misuse of funds from 2018 to 218, the year of our
200 till now.
Year of our Lord, to 2021.
Holy shit!
Saying they diverted his money without authorization to cover expenses.
Damn.
That's some family tea.
Yeah,
Imagine just suing your dad like that.
No.
Dad and brother.
They're like having him cover all his bills.
You think they missed out on Thanksgiving this year? Or
Yeah. Were they
How
invited?
awkward would that dinner have been?
that table be? Like, God.
Well, it's like they didn't sue. It was the investment firm, so not them directly. So I don't know. Maybe they're like, maybe
But
the
they're
brother and father was like,
Maybe
it
they're in
wasn't
therapy.
me. Maybe,
Maybe they're in therapy.
There's family
hope.
therapy.
Let's hope. And also, in NFL news, because I feel like I needed to shout this out because the Seahawks beat the Jets barely.
It was the most stressful game.
Oh my
It's a
gosh,
W,
when
though.
Jets were up 21 or 14-0, I was like, what the fuck, Seahawks? Do not you dare.
Can't
Do not
lose
you
to the
dare.
Jets.
We cannot lose to the Jets.
That's the
Chelsea would be
Jets.
very angry. So
Yeah,
anyways,
Aaron Rodgers.
yeah. Not the New York.
I'm going to say, like, coming out of Wicked the second time and learning that we defeated them, elite experience.
We definitely.
That's right.
The evil gravity on your ass. In society, but / kind of NFL news, Hailey
Steinfeld.
Yeah, Hailey Steinfeld and Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen announced that they are engaged. So congrats to the happy couple. Love that for them. But in some sad news, former talk show host Wendy Williams has become cognitively impaired and permanently incapacitated. I can't say this word.
Incapacitated.
Well, I was judging you and then I tried.
Sorry. According to a memo by her guardian's lawyers. It's not a laughing matter.
It's like the worst
Not a
news,
laughing
but we're
matter.
just sometimes you got
What a roller coaster. We went from celebrating engagement to
yeah, it's really
sad.
sad. I didn't realize what had been going on, and so seeing this, I looked it up, and the dementia, and it's all really sad. In interesting other not quite sad news, Vito the pug was announced as best in show for the 2024 National Dog Show. I love that a pug won. I love that a pug won. It was my favorite dog growing up because I thought it was so cute and ugly and a little squishy face, and I'm like, so cute. I love pugs.
I love pugs.
It was announced that demure is dictionary.com's word of the year, which is truly iconic. Kind of demure if you think about it. I feel like me reading Chelsea's highlights. That's kind of demure if you think about it. Kind of demure if you think about it.
Obviously, Arissan catches the reference.
She's like, it's like you reading Society and me reading sports. We're like, this is fucking news. Like,
what am I saying right now? Anyways, wanted to officially hit theaters this week and serves up a record 20 million Thanksgiving Day premiere. Wow.
Crazy.
That's crazy. This is like live action, right?
Wow.
It's not the cartoon.
No, it's the cartoon.
This is part 2.
I know, which
They're
is even
working on live action.
Oh, I was like, where did I hear that they were doing live action? Okay, wow. That's big for a sequel.
Exactly.
Let's go, Moana.
For one, I feel like they didn't even publicize. Like, I didn't hear anything about this until it came out.
And
have you been in a movie theater in the last week? Because the kids are taking over. No. I was like, excuse me, I'm trying to get to Wicked. Like, they're obsessed with, Moana, rightfully so.
Okay.
Rightfully so.
Well, Ringo Starr announced that Barry Keoghan will be playing him in the 4-part Beatles movie.
That's news.
That's cool, I think.
4 parts.
We'll find out. 4 parts.
4 parts.
Yeah.
4 parts. I wonder who's playing the other Beatles.
They said the guy who's just in Gladiator 2?
Oh,
Mescal. Apparently he's going to play one of them. That's a rumor. That's a rumor.
Oh, so he's the first Beatle to be announced.
Yeah,
Ringo went
we don't know the other ones yet.
Yeah.
Like it, Ringo. Classy. Okay, our next story was taking the internet by storm, apparently. On Saturday, November
internet?
30th.
Chelsea's internet.
Chelsea's
You guys,
internet.
that's not like two stories. It's not two stories.
On Saturday, November 30th, Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin came together to celebrate their 20-year-old daughter. That makes me feel real old. Sorry.
Yeah.
I remember when Apple was born. Fucking A.
Same.
Celebrate their 20-year-old daughter, Apple Martin, who made her society debut at the Les Bals des Débutantes. The Paris event introduces young women into society with past debutantes, including stars like Lily Collins and Margaret Qualley. Wait, Qualley. So you don't have to be French?
No.
You just get to be
like, from what I
rich?
understand, it's like if
You just have to be
if you're fucking rich
and
like,
famous.
and want to be presented to society. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm watching like The Summer I Turned Pretty, and they've got a similar storyline going on right now.
What?
Oh.
Wow. What a different
Check it
world.
out.
And in Dancing with the Stars, Dancing with the Stars news, we have a winner, Joey from Bachelor Nation, and his partner, Jenna Johnson, won Dancing with the Stars, with runner-up being Alona Marr and Alan Bernstein, which were kind of my favorites. They were like the... Okay.
I love Alana. She was one of my
I love her
picks,
too.
but I am sad that Chandler didn't even break the top two.
And
'Cause
neither didn't
She
Stephen
was
and
the
Riley.
best dancer, my friend.
I will go on a limb
Because
and
of
say
me.
she was. Yeah.
Wait, is Chandler the famous, like the dancer, or is she a famous person?
She's
a famous
an
person.
actress.
Yeah.
She's a star.
I'll be. Stop. What? But what was she in? It's not Outer Banks, was it?
No, I think she was in
No.
like Pretty Little Liars and
Oh, I remember you talking about her.
like
Yeah.
Disney shows.
Gotcha.
To think that like we've covered this on the pod, we already forgot.
Was she in the top 4 at least?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
The final was all top 4, which there were too many good people. No one wanted anybody to get voted off.
That's fair.
But you know what, Arissan, thank you so much for the huddle.
You're
that
welcome.
was quite impressive. But I think it's time to get into the playbook.
Yes.
So for today's playbook, we're going to start by giving a breakdown of the 3v3 Unrivaled teams. Then we're going to discuss Billboard's greatest pop artists of the 21st century. And then we're going to conclude with our very own. We're going to conclude with our very own Sexiest Athlete Alive section.
So get into it, Wahidah.
I will get. Let's get through this because I want to talk about that last topic. But if you recall, we shared a little bit about the Unrivaled League in our past pods, and we didn't give too much away because they were sharing bits and bits of information slowly to us. They were kind of teasing us with it. Well, they recently revealed the highly anticipated teams, and I'm here to break it down for us. There are 6 clubs made of 6 players each. And instead of a draft, the teams were chosen by a selection committee, which I think were all the coaches.
Whoa.
And they split the teams.
All the coaches that got fired?
Yeah, exactly.
That's insane.
And then, so they were
Maybe this
split.
is why they got fired.
Sorry. Just Chelsea starting rumors.
They're in the pot right now.
End of the year, anything can happen.
Live, laugh,
You're
love.
really leaning into that wicked spirit.
Yeah.
You really are. But okay, so back to Unrivaled, if we can get back to that. They split the teams by position and skills. So to start, there are 6 teams. Remember that. The first team is called the Mist Basketball Club, Miss BC, coached by Phil Handy. A few notable names, Dejanay Carrington from the Cincinnati Suns, Aaliyah Edwards from the DC Mystics, Jewel Lloyd, our homegirl from the Seattle Storm, and of course, one of the co-founders, Brianna Stewart from the New York Liberty. Rose BC, or the
Rose
Club. Rose, I like that. Coached by Nola Henry. We have Kalia Cooper on that team, and Chelsea Gray and Angel Reese. On the Vinyl, I love this name, and also really excited about this coach, Teresa Witherspoon, who was formerly on the Chicago Sky, as you all remember. On the team, we have Arike Ogunbowale from the Dallas Wings, and Aaliyah Boston from the Indiana Fever. We also have Dearica Hamby, who played on the USA team this past year. And then on the laces, like your shoelaces, coached by Andrew Wade, there is Lexi Hall of the Indiana Fever, Kayla McBride of the Minnesota Lynx, and Courtney Williams of the Minnesota Lynx as well. With the Phantom, we don't have the coach written on this, and I'm sorry, y'all, because I don't have her in my notes. But
well, it's a mystery. They're the Phantom.
Yeah. Arissan's going to find it?
Yeah, keep
But
talking.
we have some notable names. Brittany Griner of the Phoenix Mercury, Satu Sabali from the Dallas Wings, and Jackie Young from the Las Vegas Aces.
Oh my God.
We'll go back to the coach for that one. But for the Lunar Owls, which I feel like would be Chelsea's favorite, we have DJ Sackman as coach. And a few notable names, Natasha Cloud from the Phoenix Mercury, Nafisa Collier, who is another one of the co-founders of the Minnesota Lynx, and our girl Skylar Diggins-Smith of the Seattle Storm. But based off the names,
the Phantom coach
branding,
is Adam Harrington.
Shout out Adam.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Go Adam.
Sorry, Adam.
Go Adam.
Go
Adam.
Adam and Eve.
Have y'all seen the branding for any of these? Their logos and
I've
stuff?
seen nothing.
The clubs?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, for the clubs. So
Yeah, but
I
no
have to
one
send
will
them
do that.
to you, Chelsea. But based off the names and the branding alone, I feel like I would have rocked really hard with the vinyl squad because that just feels
It's
like
true.
it speaks to my spirit. And especially after they named Teresa Witherspoon as head coach. But now, after seeing all of these rosters, I might be a Misty girl. I'm a Misty girl. I think that's the squad I'm going to go for.
That sounds like a Gatorade flavor. Is it not?
I might be.
I think it is.
A cool
Maybe
breeze.
they're
like
back.
mist.
Oh my God, what if
Is
that's
it
what they're
gray?
backed by?
Is that like the light gray? I imagine that as being the
Yeah.
Gatorade flavor, the
Right.
mist.
You're just
Yeah.
Drinking light gray water.
Dirty water. I would say the mist with this squad, I'm like, that is I think as far as like who I think is going to take it. Followed, I will say I really did also got a shout out. Don't love the mascot necessarily. Lunar Owls feels interesting to me, but I do
It's a
like
really
that
interesting
squad.
name.
Yeah, it's an interesting name. I do like that squad. Though I think out of all the ones, I like Team Rose.
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 That's like
It's really cute.
Yeah,
it's
their
really
logo.
cute.
it will be interesting to see because I think not all slots have been filled for the players. So seeing who those last couple people
Wild
will plug
cards
in.
are?
Wild cards are.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm sorry to say, I don't know who this man is. I don't know a lot of these people. And so I'm going by strictly names. I do really like the logos and the logo. It's a two-way tie. Lunar
Okay.
Owls were made for people like me. Like, hello. Like that.
I knew
they
it.
did it. They did it for us. Wahidah was on it. But also the Phantom.
Mm.
It's giving like what that New York, like what were
Gotham.
they?
Gotham.
I'm like, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, Reputation, Taylor Swift version, like that's the team you're on. I want them to come out to like, boom, boom, boom,
They
so
might.
Yeah.
all right.
Also
Phantom,
think-
hit me up if you need ideas.
Phantom versus Mist, I feel like is a crazy matchup too, just by
Oh my,
mascot.
it's like a Marvel movie.
I was going to say Harry
Totally.
Potter. It's giving
Scary
Harry Potter to me.
movie.
It is Dementors versus just Mist. I don't
Chelsea,
know.
I feel like this would be a good opportunity to get to know some of these players because it's such a small league and the teams are, 3-on-3.
You know
can
what? You're
familiarize
right.
yourself a little bit better with the team.
Can you remind me, as a fan who has heard this multiple times on the podcast, when the fuck does this start again?
January.
Maybe it
January.
could be a New Year's resolution.
Ooh.
Watch the season. I
Or
don't
watch
know.
the highlights. You don't have to
Yeah,
go
you don't have
full
to watch
in.
the
You can just
game.
at least.
I have to watch every single game.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I would never do that to myself. Like,
Okay.
will I ever be able to get through a book again if I do that?
How typical is just setting your New Year's resolutions way too high.
So high.
You're right. Watch a game.
Watch a game. We love.
A
There you go.
game.
The games
Yeah.
are quick, remember? They're shorter.
Actually, I'll put it on my winter bucket list.
There you go. I like that
Yep.
for you.
There we go.
Love
Iconic.
that.
Well, okay. I do think it's my time to transition. Are there any last words about our favorite Unrivaled? No? Okay.
They
cool.
might surprise
Well,
us, but I'm excited to watch.
It's going to deeply surprise me, and I already know that. But I'm excited to transition us to our next topic, which is the Billboard's greatest pop artist of the 21st century. So for some of you, Arissan, that may not know and may not be familiar with the Billboard Billboard, there is the Billboard Hot 100, which is the music's standard record chart for the U.S. songs published weekly by Billboard magazine. So that's like the standard. There's the Hot 100. You always want to be on that thing. But each year since 1981, Billboard has also released a top artist of the year, which is based on activity from Billboard's 200 albums chart, the Hot 100 song survey, as well as a box score, which recaps touring data. So those are just things that happen. There's the standard, then there's the new artist every year. But this year, Billboard is naming the top artists that they think are the just top stars of the 21st century. And they just released last week that Taylor Swift was number 2, which, as you guys know, like Swiftie community is a little intense. I would say passionate. It did start a lot of discourse on the internet, so I'm happy to get there in a second. But I thought it would be great to go through what the other top 10 that have been announced are so far. So starting at number 10, we've got Adele. Number 9, Ariana Grande. Number 8, Justin Bieber. 7, Kanye West. 6, Britney Spears. 5, Lady Gaga. 4, Drake. 3, Rihanna. 2, Taylor Swift, and then it's leaving number 1, which everyone thinks
Beyonce.
Is very obviously Beyonce.
Like, who else would it be?
Who else would it be? I have to say, as a fan, like, I'm so excited to see my girl Ariana Grande up there. Like, her and Mariah Carey are tied for number 1 in my top diva list. So, like, to see her up there just makes me so happy for her. I will say, and maybe this is contra, it's not that I don't like Rihanna. I really like her. I do find it a little odd that she's so high up there because I kind of think of her now as more like
a makeup
beauty. Like, and she hasn't released an album in like almost 9-10 years.
A decade.
So like, I guess that it's like you could be the top of the 21st century. It just feels a little weird. But me and a friend were talking about it. I want to get your thoughts. I have no problems with Beyonce being number 1. I fucking love Beyonce. So, like, it makes sense to me. She also has been in the game. Like, Taylor Swift was, like, 5, and she was, like, releasing hits. You know what I mean? Like, she's been in the game so much longer. But also, we're 1/4 of the way through this century. This list is going to change in the next, like, 50 years. Like, why are we getting so upset about, like, the first 25? Almost, not even 25. Why didn't they do it next year anyways? I don't know. I have a lot of questions. But I'm like, let's not get too upset about this. Like, we're only 1/4 of the way through the century. I don't know. What do you guys feel?
So I obviously have really strong passion about this. No, I think
Tell us about it, Arissan.
Well, similar to your feelings about Rihanna, I don't quite understand why Britney Spears is on this list. I'm not arguing her pop relevance and like, but hasn't she not also released something in such a long time? Even more so.
She released an Elton John song like 2 years ago, a remix.
Okay. Anyways, I just feel like it's interesting that she's on a top 6 on this list in my mind. Everyone else I can kind of see, but again, out of everyone on this pod, I know the least about it, and I care probably the least about it. And I'm so glad that Beyonce is presumably going to be number 1. Like, good. Because if Taylor Swift went above Beyonce, I'd be like, no. Like, Taylor Swift is iconic, and she's done some iconic shit. But, like, everything Beyonce has done and how she's, like, transformed genres.
Yes.
And, like, the digital drop and, like, you know, started with Destiny. Like, all this shit. Like, there's no competition. Okay?
We're clearly Beyonce fans here, right? Yeah.
And
I
I'm
love
a Taylor Swift fan too.
I mean, obviously, I'm a huge T Swift fan.
I was a Beyonce fan first because she was, like you said, making music, and I was listening to it before Taylor Swift came on the scene.
Dream Girls. Yeah.
True. Yep. Well, few thoughts on my end. I think I agree with you, Chelsea. There's so much. I think I had to convince myself that I agree with you first, but
I just get
I feel like, yeah, there's so much of the century left. We have to see what other artists come to be and, enter the industry. But a few thoughts that came to mind when I went through this list. I had the same thoughts around Rihanna. I know there was a lot of controversy about her being top 3. Yeah. Especially because, and I love Rihanna. That's one of my queens, right? Cool. My Pisces queen. But I love her, and her being top 3 was kind of a shock to me because, like you said, she hasn't put out music in a long time. And there are so many other artists that I thought would have made this list that they discounted because of that same reason. So, like one of the first ones that came to mind was Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera, right? And
yeah, what the hell?
So I had to investigate that a little bit, and I came across the honorable mentions list, which listed all of the...
Wait, she didn't make the top, 100?
No, she did not.
Christina Aguilera didn't make the top 100?
I don't believe so. So the honorable mentions list are the folks that didn't make the top 100. So they mentioned Christina Aguilera, one of the reasons being she hasn't made music in the past,
That's not true.
decade.
2011, right?
Right. 50 Cent was on that list. Dua Lipa, J-Lo, and Kendrick Lamar were some of the other names on that list. So I just found it interesting. I'm curious, really, they made a reason for these artists, but we're kind of flexible with saying you're Britney Spears. Oh, top 25.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I was mistaken. But yeah, really interesting that I didn't see her kind of lower on the list. But I am surprised that I saw Drake that high, or that Drake is that high. Certified Drake hater, so I will say that. And
the whole pod hates him. Yeah, it's fair. If you like Drake,
I'm just surprised that I see him that high. He is a pop artist. There's no denying that. I definitely feel like that is true. All I remember is Mos Def's interview where he's saying oh, he makes music for the mall. I love the mall. So many SKUs. So he does make music for the malls.
He does.
We're gonna hear a lot from him, but I just don't think he's a number 4.
Yeah. And talking about this, how did they select this? Was it just
how they pick Drake over Lil Wayne?
Well, and for me, there's pop, and I understand pop means popular.
Popular.
But in my mind, rap is not pop music.
I know,
right?
It's really weird.
So, but if we're talking about popular artists, then that's different than pop music versus rap. Where having Drake on the list is funny to me because I'm yeah, of course, because you aren't a rap artist. Which is
okay. It's based on cultural. It's based on cultural importance, industry influence, and overall omnipresent over the last.
Omnipresent.
They're Jesus. Yeah. Overall level to get into the triangle.
Yeah, so I guess not taking back my thing about Britney Spears, but she is pretty big news queen mother. I don't know what it is.
Mother. She's a queen mother. She's the queen's mother.
Even I don't know if it's is it before 1980? People like Madonna and stuff.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, there's a lot of people missing from this list that. And I'm not a big pop culture.
But I think it's,
music.
Yeah, it's 2000 on.
So I have a question. Do they do this every year? Or was this something they just decided to put out this year?
They do a top artist every year, but I couldn't find if they do this, because I don't remember ever doing top 20, the century or whatever, top century artists. So I think this is the first time they're doing that now. They do top artists, which, let's just be real, Taylor Swift's been the top of that for the last couple of years because she's been making a lot of music. So it's she's already getting recognition there. Why does she have to be number 1 here?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm curious to what our listeners think. Who's do they feel is missing from this list? Who do they think shouldn't? Well, what are the snubs? Who do you think needs to be on this list? And do you agree with the ranking of the top 10? But with that, I think I'm going to transition us to our final topic, which is the sexiest athlete alive.
Sexiest athlete alive.
Sexiest.
They're just so sexy and drooling. No, based on based on our pod last week when we were talking about people's sexiest man alive, we decided that we were going to take it into our own hands and create our own rankings. We each came up with like top 3 in the NBA, NFL, and NHL. So
we're supposed to do top 3. I just did top 1.
Top 1 also works. It's okay. Here's what happened. I was going to do top 1, and then I saw Wahidah was doing top 3, and I just went for it.
Well, there are a lot of options out there. Okay,
there is, and this was so fun this morning.
A hard choice
because I don't know hockey at all, so all I was doing today was just like
look it up,
typing NHL players, and I feel like. Anyways, before I bury my lead, I'm going to just like get into it. Let's start with NBA. And then instead of me just running through all 3, we'll all do our NBA, we'll all do our NFL, and we'll end with NHL.
Ooh.
And again, this is one of those things where we want to know, who do you think the sexiest man in the NBA is? So honestly, this list, it was harder than I thought it was to come up with sexiest NBA player.
Is it because everyone's so dang young in the NBA right now?
Yeah,
you feel like a freak. Yeah.
So I have just like this deep love for Giannis. So he was my top. Like
I know who the hell that is. Youngness.
He was the one that dressed like Mr. Potato Head for the NBA press conference, and he's like, "I'm a dad first."
Oh, he's funny.
Yeah. So his personality is funny. I also find him very attractive. So he's my top 1 active
Number
right
1?
Now. He's in my top 3.
The only one.
I will say, my actual top 1 is not active in the NBA.
And so I don't even think I picked an active person for one.
Wait.
Dwayne. I know it wasn't an option, but I just.
You were gonna say Dwayne Wade, The Rock?
Chocolate.
Oh, sorry. Dwayne Wade.
Wrong sport.
Dwayne Wade. I feel like is the man. And
okay, I like
my
that
top
one.
And following that, it's because I had like such a huge crush on him years ago. And when I realized he was still active, he's kind of, aged, because he's probably like my age.
I think he's my age. Yeah.
Okay.
Guess our age.
I'm just kidding. Silver fox coming in.
Yes, but Kevin Love, I was absolutely in love with Kevin Love. And then when he did his whole like speaking on his struggle with mental health and talking on that, I was like, and he's so tall. I mean, they're all tall, but anyways,
I see that.
Yeah.
Those are my top 3. I don't feel super confident about them, but they're also currently in the NBA. I would say, like, if I were to rank people 5-10 years ago, it would be different lists. But this is kind of like active because
some of these control who you love. Okay,
I know, but some of the like what you just said, some of these people, I'm like, you're babies. Like this feels like y'all are like need some growing up to do.
So I misunderstood the assignment, or since the assignment changed on me, I have another list in mind now. But I thought we were only doing active players.
Well,
but if we're doing...
I did 60% active. Dwayne Wade was, I just had to say, of all time. Okay.
Yeah, he is fine.
Of all time.
But if we're talking about 90s, like NBA players, that's a whole different kind of fine.
We're not.
That this is not ready for. So that I think requires a whole different conversation. But I'm just going to drop a few names. Rick Fox, Jim Jackson, and Chris Webber. Oof. All time. I
only know one of those.
Current. I'll send you a list
Michael
of photos.
Fox.
Rick Fox.
So
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. Oh, he played basketball. I thought he was an actor for so long.
No, I mean he is one now. Okay, but
well, that's confusing as fuck.
For my current list, so I thought about, yes, I agree, all of these guys are a little too young for me, but I thought about like who would I show my friends that aren't into basketball to kind of hook them, right? Like who would draw them to the
like
screen.
That.
Whoa, okay.
So, my 3 would be Kelly Oubre Jr., who is like off-duty model when he walks through the tunnel.
Yeah.
He has like gray eyes, high cheekbones, beautiful man. He's also really goofy on the court. Like, he's a goofball. So I find that really endearing, and I think that's so attractive. Josh Hart is another one that I think would draw a lot of folks in.
Josh Hartnett. Just kidding.
Him too.
Sorry.
He would
Yeah,
make
him
another
too.
list for me. But Josh Hart is one beautiful, handsome man. He always has his sons. He just had twins, and he always has them on the
Oh
court,
my God.
pregame.
And does
like,
he play
warming
for the
up.
Phoenix Suns any chance? Or
No, he plays for
No,
the New York Knicks. But he's always eating during his post-game interviews.
That's
And I feel
real.
like he'd be like someone to have a good meal with and have a good laugh with, because he's really funny too. And then Bradley Beal, who is on the Phoenix Suns, I just love. And fun fact about him, he studied chemistry in college and almost went pre-med.
Wow.
Love
So
that.
he's
he's
a
athletic
smarty.
and he's smart.
Yes, smarty.
Okay. We also didn't know him. Congrats to him for making the list. I just have to say on the record, like, I am a married woman. So first and foremost, the sexiest man alive is my husband. Okay.
Say
So
that.
need to say that it's on the record. Okay, Sean. Anyways, if I had to pick, I'm going based off vibes. Okay. So for
Love
NBA and really kind of, and the vibes don't even really make sense. For NBA, I chose Devin Booker because cute, but also him and Suni Lee, who is from the women's U.S. gymnastics team at the Olympics this year. They had this like kind of flirty thing going on this summer, and like it had me like hooked. Like, I was watching both of their Instagram stories, and I didn't follow either of them. And like, did
Weren't
he
they
watch
both
her?
dating
And did
people?
No, he was single. I don't know about her, but they posted a photo together. So I like that he was supportive of our women's gymnastic team, and so I pick him.
He's such a baby face for me. He's like cute and precious, but it's such a baby face. But also, did you also pick him potentially because he was Kendall Jenner's ex?
That's how I know him a little bit. That could be fair. How he's on my radar.
That's fair.
Oh,
She
can I
made
throw
him
in-
for me.
That's
She
fair.
has her starting five. She has some NBA players on her list.
I mean, you
No
just
shit.
put Kardashian's top like 5. Jesus.
But can I
He's still
throw in an
number one.
honorable mention for me?
Yeah,
Kyrie
please.
Irving.
Okay, fine.
You know
Kyrie
what?
Irving.
Kyrie.
Yes, you are correct.
Thank you.
You know the name.
We agree on
Kyrie
that one.
Irving. We can agree on that.
Love
I
him.
feel like he
No, it's not for me.
sometimes has in the past said some wild shit,
Yeah.
but it feels like he's calmed down a little bit.
He was
but
also
yeah,
young.
You guys are
I
putting him
feel
on the
like,
list
yeah,
because he calmed down. What is this, a commentary on life?
kind of.
He grew up. I'm
He
just
grew
saying
up
some of these
with us.
some
Like,
of
we
the-
grew up with
People
him.
change. People change.
people change.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our NBA. I do think maybe it's because we're getting older that past NBA generations are hotter. Maybe we do a
100%.
retiree. You know who I also have always thought is super cute is Matt Barnes.
Oh,
Who
me
the fuck are
too.
these people? Matt Barnes.
He played for the Sacramento Kings too. I loved him. He also has
Yeah.
a wonderful podcast. All
Yeah,
the
I know.
Smoke.
I see
So
his
good.
clips all the time, which is really great.
Guys, it's giving Mark Anthony. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I don't know what to
Don't
tell
you dare.
you.
Don't you dare.
Anyways, I will say basketball does make like someone being really good at sports, but especially basketball, automatically makes them hotter. Like
Really
I
attractive,
have
yeah.
broken up with people when I saw them play basketball and they were really bad, and I was like,
Oh,
So
yeah.
now I know. Now I know that if I'm dating someone and they say they're not good at basketball, I'm like, we have to wait until I like really like you before I see you try to shoot a basket, because that will instantly turn me off. So
But they're just
Okay.
not athletic at all.
I'm accepting of that, but I'm just saying, I know myself enough that in the first 2 dates, if I want to make sure that I am not just blocking you for super
Don't take her to a carnival. Don't take her to
show
a
me.
game.
Don't show me that. Okay, not from the gates. That's something you show once I'm comfortable.
Show me once you're married.
All right, fellas, take note, okay? Take note.
Okay. All right,
Yep.
NFL, hit us.
Okay, so
Did you
NFL.
just copy my list?
No, I didn't. Who did you pick? No, I didn't.
Your two
NFL.
first are my two first for the next two.
For NFL?
Bitch. And NHL.
Yours,
Ooh.
I don't. I
All right,
thought you only had one. Anyways,
let's share what they are, you guys.
okay, so my
Okay, sorry,
top
sorry,
in the NFL, which has been my top for forever, is Jimmy Garoppolo.
He is fine. I forgot about him, but
Yeah.
he is
I
fine.
mean, he's not actively
No.
playing, but that man is
Denial
giving
there.
everything.
It's
It's
beautiful.
everything. So he's beautiful. And then Jalen Hurts, because one, how could you not? And two, he just support he's just an amazing person. Like,
Yeah,
I
he has
just
a full
feel like I was
squad of women
female.
as
Yeah.
his team. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
love that.
Live, laugh, love.
And then the third, I put Odell Beckham Jr. on there
Is he
because
active?
I don't know.
But I like that choice.
Actively dating, actively playing. What are we saying?
Well,
He's ready to mingle.
ready to mingle, because also there has been some photo shoots that he has done for like with his shirt off and just in like underwear that I'm like, damn. So he wins. Like his hair's crazy.
Purely
but
physical. Purely physical.
It's purely the sexiest man in the NFL. So that's my top three. I don't think, did I copy you, Chelsea? So what's your top three?
I don't have a three. I just have a top. Your first top NFL and your first top NHL are both mine.
Oh.
My NFL man is also Jimmy G, and that's because this entire season of the pod, I've been saying that Joe Burrow is my brother, and that feels fucked up to say that my brother's hot. That's fucking weird, you know? So, like, sorry, he's my brother.
So
I didn't read that.
Chelsea, I'll add him on my list because I think Joey B deserves a spot on the list.
Because I sent you a TikTok and you said, woo, and it was Joe.
Yeah. Okay, but also
Call
you
her out,
send
Chelsea.
thirst traps
Sure.
of most any NFL player. Like I would never put Travis Kelce on my top 10, but there's some times where I'm like,
So
you know?
thirst traps. Okay, so the media's manipulating you. All right.
hell yeah.
So I'll add some
Propaganda right
names.
here.
Thirst trap. It's called thirst trap for a reason.
They trap you.
They
Okay,
got
so I
trapped.
agree with Jalen Hurts. Obviously, I picked the Philly Eagles to win because of that. I also am going to add Saquon Barkley, who is his teammate, to that. I love
Damn.
beautiful. And then also love that he could have broken a record and the coach asked him if he wanted to go back in to break the record. And he was like, no, I'm good. Let my teammates play. They deserve their time, which I think is really sweet. And then I'm going to throw a sleeper in there. This is not part of the rules, but it's a coach for the Carolina Panthers.
Fuck off.
Dave Canales. He's so fun.
That's
So
insane.
fun.
This is why you guys watch sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It starts with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Durr.
It was interesting when I was doing some research because Jimmy Garoppolo, there was no doubt in my mind that he was going to be top on my list.
On the
right?
list.
I didn't have to look, but then I'm like curious because I'm like, who am I missing? What are the names?
Yeah.
So I'm like searching the list. When I see lists and Patrick Mahomes is like a top
I know,
20,
it's fucked up.
Is that a beef?
fucking
Is that a
kidding
beef
me?
you have?
Yeah.
It's a beef that I jump on fully. Like, what the fuck?
I'm like, no. It's like
Just because
no.
he's good does not mean he's hot.
Yeah,
You guys,
I
I
agree.
will
Sorry.
say, I agree. I will say, I agree with that piece, but I also
Just
feel
say
like
it, yeah.
to your
but
point,
yeah.
Arissan, I've mentioned on the pod before, football is hard to keep track of. There are too many fucking players on the field, let alone on a
Yeah.
team. And then
And
there's
you don't
so
get to
many
see 'em.
teams. So you don't
Yeah.
get to see them. And I'm like, I don't know if this is a comprehensive list because I really don't know how
It's true.
anyone looks
Yeah.
like. So
Yeah.
I'll say
Maybe
that
that's
these are
what
the
we'll
guys
do
I'm
next
familiar with.
year. We'll just pick a team to get to know intimately.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. I will
Okay.
say that's kind of how with the NHL I had to go because I literally know nothing about hockey.
The universe is smaller.
Okay.
The hockey players, I know that I've seen again thirst traps in like videos and I'm like, damn, let me know some hockey. But I don't remember who those videos and who they were. So I have no recollection. So how I tried to find these names was by just going to their roster and just like looking at roster headshots.
You
So I
did
started-
homework.
I started with our Seattle Kraken. So I picked the hottest person that I thought was there. And then I didn't go through all the rosters because there's like, 30 something teams.
the
32.
roster.
32.
32 teams. The Seattle Kraken was the 32nd team. So everything about the Seattle Kraken is 32 something.
Wow.
Fun
That
fact.
is a fun
How
fact.
the hell do you fucking learn this shit?
I love a random ass fact. If you're
She
ever on
loves it.
Jeopardy,
do. Sean's like, I learned from Wahidah. I'm like, same every week.
So with that, I think Maddie Beiners
Veneers.
from
Yeah,
the Seattle
get it right.
Kraken. Sorry.
he's a baby though.
Oh, don't tell me his age.
Yeah,
I didn't look that
up.
up.
I didn't look it up
Kind of a
either.
baby.
Don't tell me. But he, I think, is the most attractive man on the
He's
Seattle
adorbs.
Kraken right now.
100%.
And then I also Dakota Joshua, who I believe is in the Vancouver Canucks, because that was the next team I looked.
Canucks?
Had to look him up,
What was his name?
but I like this pick. Arissan,
Yeah, thank
What's
you.
his name?
Mhm.
Dakota
John?
Joshua.
Joshua.
He is with the Canucks, I believe. So he was the
Yeah.
second. That was the second team I looked up, and I was like, okay, Dakota. And then the third one was kind of hard because I felt when I saw their headshot, and then I would go to their Google images. Sometimes I'm playing, I'm like, oh, you're not as cute. And other times I'm like, oh, you actually have no teeth. That's interesting. I don't know how.
Oh, you got
if
just hit
I'm-
in the face with a puck. You want to know that? Okay, can I throw a fun fact out? This guy last week got hit with a puck so hard it dented his cup and burst his ball. And then guess what? Sean told me, here's a fun fact for you two. Apparently, the Seattle Mariners have more burst balls than they have playoff runs.
What?
Like they've,
I don't think that's a fact I
What?
needed to know. That's not a
What?
fact
That
that
was
I
like
needed to
weird.
know.
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know
so
if
that
that's something to be
happened.
proud of.
No.
No, but I
Wow.
just thought
No.
like you
Yeah,
didn't get your
that's
teeth
crazy.
are gone, but other valuables as well.
Yeah, I
The
would.
jewels. The jewels are
Yeah.
gone.
Literally.
Yeah,
Literally.
that's
Just one
sad.
though.
Just one.
If you watch
And-
Sex and the City, you know that can still be dangerous.
And my last pick for NHL after looking through many, many rosters is Ryan Reeves.
I like this
Don't
pick
know
too.
any. I
Don't know
just
him?
Google him, but just he
Don't know him, but I want to
he's
get to know
solid.
him.
Yeah. He's married apparently,
Oh,
but he's
yeah,
also
that's-
older. He's like 37 or something, and I was like,
cool.
Go off.
okay,
That works.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
good.
So those are my picks.
Respectfully looking.
Respectfully, you're hot.
You sexy.
Respectfully.
Well, like you, Arissan, my NHL world is really small because I am just learning the sport. So I only really looked at the Seattle Kraken because I don't know any other teams. And I didn't do my research.
Crap.
So kudos to you for doing that. But
Thanks.
I'm going to go.
It was really hard.
This one is a sleeper one, probably. It was really hard work, huh? It was really hard work to look through fine men. But my sleeper take, and I feel like you guys are going to look at me like I'm crazy, but I
I can't wait.
love Turbo.
You love. Who's
Love
Turbo?
Turbo.
Oh,
His
yeah,
name is
yeah,
Turbo.
absolutely.
His name
Turbo.
is Brandon
Is it
Tanev.
Was it
Yeah.
because his nickname's Turbo?
Maybe.
Is
He's
that why?
small.
Is he like?
No, I see the vision, right? If you look at his
Yeah.
media day photo,
Wait, yes, I actually almost had him on the list, but I couldn't find a
Love
picture of him without him not looking
Harrison, I
crazy.
don't mean to be weird, but like he could be your brother. Like you guys actually kind of look alike. It's really weird.
He doesn't look like my brother though.
Like, he doesn't look like your brother, but you look alike. It's real. I'm
is
like,
it the strong brow?
no, it's everything. Like,
Thank you.
do the male generator thing on Snapchat or whatever and see what happens.
I don't have
That'd be
Snapchat.
So funny. But
I
Turbo,
didn't
I
see a picture
Sure.
of him without him going crazy eyed. Like I feel like so many of his meaty days is like
That's part
And-
of why he's so charming
Wait a
because it's
second.
a spin.
Okay.
You see the vision? Do you see the vision? He's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful man, and I love that he's.
I think
kept
we just found our equivalents. Like, she's Brandon Tanev. I'm Joe Burrow. Who the fuck are you, Wahidah?
Time will tell. There aren't very many Asian
Jalen
like
Hurts.
NFL players, or
Not yet. Not yet.
my guess is Brandon's not Hispanic
no,
or he's pretty white.
I don't think so.
Really? I don't know.
I don't know.
But
He's not
another
though.
one- He's hot. Okay, thank you. We agree on that one. I love him. And then I'm going to throw this one out there. He's not on our team anymore. I actually don't know where he plays, but Alex Wenberg, I think is his name. And he just looks like a Disney prince. Disney prince.
Yeah.
Disney prince. Man, Brandon Tanev has a girlfriend. That's a bummer.
Sorry.
Really
Again, respectfully looking.
Did you do your top 3? Can I do my top 1?
Yeah.
My top 1 was also Maddie Beniers, and again, vibes. But if any of our listeners have ever read the book Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, I picked it because I feel like that's not who I'm talking about. But
I know.
That's who
I feel
I
like Maddie is giving Xaden vibes. Like, that's the kind of vision I'm seeing for Xaden, the main character in Fourth Wing. So I'm like, this works for everyone involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that.
100%. And with that, I hate to kind of shut this down for both of you, but
damn, I could go all day about
I think
this
it's time to wrap the pod.
Sorry, Miss. I'm married, so I've already got the sexiest man alive at home.
Sorry, back to not sorry. I think it's time to wrap it up. I feel like you heard a lot from us who our sexiest people are. We want to hear from you. So we're going to post on our IG stories some of the people that we highlighted here, and please vote. So go to our Instagram at the Sport and Society Squad and let us know who you think the sexiest athlete alive is.
And don't forget to hit follow and subscribe to our show on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple, and turn on the freaking notification so you can stay up to date on all the latest Sport and Society stories.
And please, please rate our pod. But in the meantime, stay sharp, stay sassy, and we'll catch you later.